What's up, guys? Welcome back to GoldClassGaming. Today I'm back with an updated Pendulum ABC deck profile. So if you guys don't know, Pendulum ABC is kind of my brainchild that I initially first shared my initial deck profile with it back in, I believe, January of this year when I first theoried the initial combo and deck to go with it. And then it really kind of took off and became one of the more popular ABC versions after I played at YC's Atlanta. And even though my team did not make day two, I personally had an undefeated record. So, except with last ban list, Summon Sorcerers got banned, and now a key part of the last combo. So, people have been asking me, when are you gonna update Pend ABC? Because I guess there are a lot of people who really like Pend ABC, and I like it. It was really cool to see my my own version of, like, I'm sure I'm not the first person to play pendulums in ABC, but if you look at all the builds people posted for Pend ABC, they were very clearly all inspired by mine. So it's just really cool to see, a bunch of people really just taking my deck and just running with it. So I sat down, I took the time, I found a new combo and a new build to go with it. If you guys remember, my initial Pend ABC deck. The whole idea was we made Buster Griffin and Cyber Dragon Infinity. That changed my one at Atlanta, where I also made Dawn Dragster. But for this new combo, we go back to the original formula of a Dragon Buster, Griffin, and an Omni Negation. So yeah, I've been working really hard on this. Today I'm going to be sharing the deck profile with you guys, and then tomorrow I'll be dropping the combo, and it is a crazy combo. It ends on a pretty sick board, and it's it's going to use a lot of really interesting interactions that you guys didn't quite realize could happen, that are really interesting and not quite conventional ways of doing stuff. But without further ado, let's hop right into the deck profile. All right, guys. Now, before I start, I want to say it once again. I'm going to say it once again. If you guys like this mat, you guys can get it over at ImperiumDuels.com and use my code GoldClass10 for a discount on your order. Really helps me out. These mats are actually super nice. But yeah, so let's start off. We're going to start off with 3 copies of a Assault Core, followed up by 3 copies of B Buster Drake and 3 copies of Sea Crush Wyvern. We're playing the 3s. I've played 3 for a while. I like playing 9 pieces, and that hasn't changed really. Then to back up our unions, we have 1 copy of Heavy Mech Support Armor and 1 copy of Torque Tune Gear. Torque Tune Gear was in my last version, where I used him to make Dawn Dragster, but he's in here for a different purpose that will actually will come up in the combo. And then for some generic extenders, you have two copies of Galaxy Soldier. I had 2 more empty slots in the deck and couldn't think of any other like specific tech cards I wanted, so I decided to just put in some more general support cards. And Galaxy Soldier has always been my my go-to. Like, this just generically helps my deck. So yeah, so we only had room for 2, but that's fine. We're only playing 2 here. Then you have 1 copy of Gold Gadget and 1 copy of Silver Gadget. You actually aren't using these cards as main starters. They'll come up at some point later on in the combo. So you play these 2 just for just for part of the combo, and you play 2 just in case you draw 1, and you want to play different names just because of the ability to float back and forth. Now off into our pendulums. As always, we have our 3 Symphonic Warrior guitar and our 1 Symphonic Warrior mics. These guys have been in my opinion, a mainstay in Go First ABC decks for a while now. And in a Pendulum ABC deck, they're just that much better. Then, similar to last time, we have our 3 copies of Supreme King Dragon Darkworm to follow up our Supreme King Gate 0. Once again, just an incredible starter. Gives us a free monster as well as a low scale. It's it's really good. And then now, if you guys remember last time, we used these, used some speed raid cards. I've cut those from the deck in exchange for some new players you might recognize if you play Pendulum Magicians. You have 3 copies of Harmonizing Magician and 1 copy of Dragon Caller Magician. I don't own Dragon Caller Magician, so just trust me, that's Dragon Caller Magician. I play him specifically because his effect is very important, and you'll probably get an idea why once you see the extra deck, why his effect is important. If you don't know what his effect is, his effect lets you change his type to a dragon monster for until the end of the turn. That'll come up. When you see the extra deck, you'll understand why it comes up, but not quite how. And for our last monster, we have one copy of Red Eye's Darkness Metal Dragon. This should give you a hint of where this is going to be going once you open up the extra deck. But it gets pretty crazy, and Red MD is right there to help you seal the deal. Then for our spell cards, we have our three copies of Union Hanger, backed up by 2 copies of Terraforming, because we want to see Hanger as often as possible. 3 copies of Dragon Shrine, plus our 1 copy of Foolish Burial, just to have as many ways as possible to send Darkworm to the graveyard. I don't play Dragon Ravine because you have to discard 1 card to activate it. And if they ask you, you're just down 2 cards. Also, the way this combo works, you only end with 1 or 2 cards in hand. So discarding a card for Dragon Ravine would mean that you actually don't have a card in your hand once the combo ends for Dragon Buster. And then lastly, we have 3 copies of Call by the Grave, because I like playing my combos out and not having to deal with hand traps. So Call by the Grave is just there to stop you from getting, stop all the Ash Blossoms, all the various cards, all the no materials, all the land seeds, whatever. Just cards that are going to get in your way and stop you from playing out your combo as cleanly as possible. That is the entire main deck. That is 40 cards. I tend to stick around that number. But now we're going to hop right into the extra deck. So starting out the extra deck, we have 3 copies of ABC Dragon Buster, standard. And then next up, we have 1 copy of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Okay, you should probably know where this is going now. But, Hot Red is an Omni negation. It basically fills the role Cyber Dragon Infinity did, but without Summon Sorceress, it's hard to make Cyber Dragon Infinity and then continue on to make a card like Nightmare Griffin. So it wasn't practical. It wasn't practical to go for Buster Griffin Infinity or Buster Griffin Omni negation with Infinity. So this is our new Omni negation. It does the exact same thing Infinity does. It can negate anything. Sadly, it just can't absorb. So if you're really counting on that, sorry. Then you have 2 copies of Saryuja Skulldread. Once again, only one copy of Skulldread. The reality is, I really only need Skulldread once, but I just need also a Dragon Link monster that has 2 arrows on the bottom diagonal. It's just a generic Dragon Link monster. And the only generic Dragon Link monster that has 2 arrows on the diagonal is Saryuja Skulldread. So you only use the effect of Saryuja once, but you just need the second one because he's the only Link monster that fulfills those requirements of just being a generic dragon and having the two diagonal bottom arrows. Then you have our copy of Nightmare Griffin. This guy's great. It's skill drain on legs. Then for our Link 2s, I'm going to kind of run through these. We have our 1 copy of Electromite. It's awesome. This is just, once again, the bread and butter of any Pendulum deck. Then they have Platinum Gadget and Clifford Genius as our Machine Link 2s. Clifford Genius is an optional slot. This can kind of be whatever you want. If you want to have it be a Boral Sword Dragon, that's cool. Just that this combo uses every card in your extra deck except for whatever you have in Genius's slot. And two other copies of Dragon Buster. I'm not kidding. By the time you finish the combo, you will have 3 cards in your extra deck, and 2 of them are Dragon Buster. So, but it's one of those, like, if they don't stop your combo and it just goes all the way through, they probably lose because they have to deal with skill drain and the negation. And then you have some Nightmare Link 2s with Phoenix and Cerberus. These are just some general utility card as well as being a generic Link 2 to make. Then you have Guard Dragon Argapane and Guard Dragon LP. Once again, this is how we're going to be summoning our Hot Red to the field, as well as getting 2 more monsters to help make Nightmare Griffin. That one thing, I'll explain that more in depth during the combo video. But for now, just get an idea. You can start to make ideas in your head of how this is going to work. And lastly, we have our 1 copy of Link Karibo. If you watched my Orcus ABC video, you'll know that you can link Torque Toon Gear away into Link Karibo and then trigger the effect of the attached ABC piece you use that same interaction in this combo to, it's basically exchange one monster for one monster, while also getting the ability to search off of B, which gives you more ammo to just keep going in your combo. But that's the entire extra deck. That is 15 cards, and that is actually the entire deck. You have 40 in the main, 15 in the extra deck. This must have been my updated version of Pendulum ABC. It looks a little weird, but people thought my original version looked a little weird, and hey, that one turned out fine, I think. Yeah, so if you guys like this deck and want to see more, if you guys like this deck, please drop a like on the video. And if you guys want to see the combo video tomorrow, press subscribe so it'll show up in your sub feed, as well as you want to see more of my content. And then other than that, I'll let you thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.